what's up guys? Welcome back for another Dueling Network video. This time I'm featuring Heraldic Beasts. Most of the cards are in Cosmo Blazer, the booster set after Abyss Rising. In general, Heraldics are decent at the moment since they lack a few crucial cards, as you will see in the duels. But yeah, let's see how the deck works. This is one of the games I had earlier today. My opponent is playing Thunders. Yeah, also one of the newer decks. So I have a pretty nice opening hand for the deck. Immediately going to normal summon the Goblinberg and special summon the Unicorn and Exceed for Lavalval Chain. This is the first thing you want to do with the deck. Immediately Exceed for Lavalval Chain. Activate its effect to send the Leo from your deck to the graveyard. It's a huge floater that when it's sent to the graveyard I can add an Heraldic Beast monster from my deck to my hand. So I add Aberconway. So it's yeah, pretty much a Dandelion effect. So now when he's playing Thunders, he adds both Violent Prisms to his hand. I'm not going to attack, so that lets me activate another Lavalval Chain. Really nice, since I send another Leo to my graveyard and search out another Aberconway. Take my chances, attack into his Mirror Force, which is not a huge problem since Aberconway does have a graveyard effect. So having it in grave is not a huge problem. He's going to Synchro Summon for Stardust. Obviously going to Warning that, and he's just going to set one card. My possibility here is to Exceed, but yeah, don't want to run into Bottomless or Prison, so I attack with Aberconway. He does prison it, which is unfortunate since I don't want to have it removed. I want to have it in my grave. He's going to run into the Torrential Tribute. Again, some nice pluses for me. But yeah, he makes up for that, discarding the Thunder Seahorse and getting both Mad Thunders to his hand. I'm just going to set one card. Again, don't want to exceed, risk running into a Bottomless or something like that. Normal summon the Leo, attack into his open field for 2k, and yeah, set both backline. Leo is destroyed since it was normal summoned this turn, and again, Leo activates, so I can search out my last Aberconway. So let's see what his next move is. He's going to Monster Reborn one of his Violent Prisms in grave. He's going to normal summon the Mad Thunder, and again synchro summoning for another Stardust. Yeah, another Stardust. I'm not going to activate the warning since I do have the Dimensional Prison set, so I let him pay 500 life points for the Violent Prism and let him attack into the Dimensional Prison. So again, some nice pluses. I draw into the Reborn Heraldi, which is going to play a big role later in the duel. So now is the time to Exceed to get that Aberconway into my graveyard. Exceed for Utopia and attack again, unfortunate, into his Mirror Force. Maybe Maestro was a better choice. But yeah, since now I can activate Aberconway's effect since I have two Aberconways in my graveyard. So I can banish one. And then I can add an Heraldic Beast from my graveyard back into my hand, so I take Leo back for next turn. He's going to try it again, so he's going to normal summon his Mad Thunder and also normal summon his Violent Prism for Thought Ruler, which I'm obviously going to Bottomless. Bottomless does not target, so he's not able to pay for Thought Ruler. And here I draw another Reborn Heraldi, which is excellent since that lets me to go for a game in this turn. Heraldry Reborn, or Reborn Heraldry, pretty much the monster reborn for Heraldic Beast. So that's exactly 6k damage. So really nice game. Gorse does not save him thanks to the Solemn Warning. So here is another game. My opponent is playing Mermails. It's a standard Mermail deck, it's not a Mermail Atlanteans, which I didn't know at that moment, of course. Again, I have a pretty nice opening hand. Not going to Exceed just yet, since he does have two back row. Don't want to lose my Lavalval Chain just yet. Also checking out what he's playing. So I attack into his Linde. He's going to special summon Abyss Spike, and then he's going to discard his Mermail and then search an Abyss Dina, I believe. That lets him special summon him and special summon the Mermail from the grave. So again, a really nice opening move on his part. So I have to set the Bottomless and the Solemn Judgment. Already not feeling comfortable in my position. He's going to Exceed for Leviathan, which is a strange play. I'm obviously going to bottomless that. Checking his graveyard, he does have 3 water monsters in his graveyard. Yeah, he's checking his graveyard. He's going to activate Abyss Sphere, special summoning his Abyss Linde, and he again checking his grave, and then he's going to activate Torrential Tribute. So, yeah, obviously not going to activate my Solemn Judgment. So now he does have it's a strange move, but now he does have 5 Water monsters in his graveyard. He also special summons Abyss Lead, but yeah, there is the Moorland Glacia, so that's why it did activate the Torrential Tribute. Hope he doesn't have the Monster Reborn, then it's game for him. He attacks for 2/7, so I'm really low on life points, but he does not have any back row, so that lets me to do some heraldic shenanigans, special summon the Lavalval Chain. Hope it does not have effect failure. So send that Leo to the graveyard and that Aberconway to my hand. That makes my advanced Heraldic Reborn live. Yeah, special summon both Heraldics from my graveyard, and then I have to immediately exceed for rank 4 exceed. Um, I'm going for Maestroke, just in case he does have Dark Hole, and of course to attack over his Abyss Lead. So I attack for 1/8 direct damage and set the prison and go. I cannot. Leo's effect can only activate it once per turn, so that's why I kept the Leo under Maestroke for a material, and he does have the Dark Hole, so detach the Leo and search out another Aberconway. Yeah, he's just going to pass here, so a possibility of him having Gorse. Um, I do have the possibility to activate the Rota and search out the Goblinberg and Exceed, but again, I don't want to run into Gorse, and I still want to have more options if he does have Gorse. So I'm going to activate with Aberconway first. If he does have Gorse, he's probably going to special summon a token in defense position, and then I can put Maestroke to defense position. He has no Gorse, so he already scoops up. So really nice games. Here is the deck list. Okay, this is currently my version of the deck. As you saw in the duels, Leo is pretty much the key card of the deck. It's a huge floater that searches out every heraldic monster from your deck when it's sent to the graveyard as an exceed material from your hand or from your deck. That's why a first on Lavalval Chain is pretty crucial for the deck, since it makes a lot of cards instantly live. 3 Leo is staple for the deck. Next, there is Aberconway. It's a 1800 beatstick, and when 2 of them are in your graveyard, you can banish one of them and target one other Heraldic Beast in your graveyard and take that card back to your hand. So let's say if you have 2 of them in your graveyard, you can take one of them back into your hand by banishing the other. So again, 3 Aberconway is also staple for the deck. Next we have Basilisk. It's a monster destruction card. If it's destroyed by battle, the monster that destroyed it by battle is also destroyed. So 1 or 2 should be fine. Last I'm also playing 2 Unicorn. It's a card that I rarely use, but it's a light, and that's important. When it's in your graveyard, you can banish it to special summon a Psychic Exceed from your graveyard, and Heraldic Exceed is a Psychic monster, so you're going to special summon him most of the time. Gnome, it's called. It's amazing against Exceed heavy decks, but otherwise the card is decent at most. I'm also playing 2 Unicorns, since with Advanced Heraldry Art or Photon Treasure, you can exceed for Photon Knight Palladius. So that's also a nice option to have. Then there's also a Twin Head Eagle. I was testing it in my first build of the deck, but I quickly dropped it. If it's in your graveyard and you control a face-up Exceed monster without any materials, you can banish the eagle to target 2 other heraldic monsters in your graveyard. Those 2 targets become the 2 new Exceed materials for the Exceed monster on the field. So it's nice to refill, for example, your Palladius or Maestroke. You can main 1 for the moment, but I wouldn't recommend running it. Off to the spells, and it's ridiculous that Konami decides to give Heraldic 6 monster reborns. First there's Reborn Heraldry, which lets you special summon a Heraldic monster from your graveyard for free. So your main target here is Leo, to make it 2000 attack beatstick, and of course a floater, since you can get a search off when it's sent to the graveyard. The other themed field yeah, the other themed spell card, Reborn spell card, is called Advanced Heraldry Art. And this card lets you special summon 2 heraldic monsters from your graveyard, and then you immediately have to exceed with those 2 monsters to a new rank 4 exceed. So basically, this card is a 1 card exceed and puts your Heraldic Leo back to the field to abuse it even more. So amazing cards. Um, yeah, a few other cards that do well in the deck are first of all Dire Wolf, I believe it's called. Basically a rank 4 Scrap Dragon for beast types if you detach a material. There is also Lightning Plover, which needs 2 wind monsters as the exceed material. When Plover is summoned, you can target 1 set card from your opponent, and then he has to put that set card to the bottom of his deck. Then, if you detach a card from Plover, you can target 1 face-up card from your opponent, and that card goes back to the top of your opponent's deck. So it's a pretty nifty card, and also a pretty nice option to have. Um, the last card I want to talk about is called Breakthrough Skill. It's basically a new finish chain. I wasn't able to get it in the video this time. You can activate it during both turns, its first effect, to negate the effect of an effect monster. But the monster can still attack, so this way Finish Chain is better, but when Breakthrough Skill is in your graveyard, you can banish it to negate the effect of an opponent's monster. And yeah, you can only do this in your during your own turn. So it's a nice advantage over Finish Chain. Currently testing one and see how it does. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. The deck still needs a little more support to put it on top. For example, a Heraldic Beast monster that lets you normal summon another Heraldic monster from your hand would make the deck insanely better, since now I have to run cards like Treasure or Goblinberg, which are not bad, but yeah, they are not searchable with Leo, and if we get a card that's, yeah, when you normal summon it, you can special summon another Heraldic monster from your hand, that would, yeah, give the deck a huge boost. Um, okay, yeah, if there are still any questions about the deck, you can always ask them in the comment section down below. And yeah, guys, as always, feel free to leave a comment or a like if you enjoyed the video. If you're going to Barcelona, YCS Barcelona this, I'll see you there. It's in a few weeks. Yeah, Lead signing out. Peace!